For the fourth year, Illinois Realtors is sending a delegation to the MIPIM conference in Cannes, France. Now, you may not be familiar with MIPIM, but it is one of the largest economic development, real estate conferences in the entire world, or at least that's the way it's billed. And Illinois Realtors has been taking part in this for what will now be the fourth year. Joining me today to talk about this is Matt DiFanis, the 2018 president of Illinois Realtors. And in addition to telling you what you need to know about going to MIPIM, he's also going to be sharing with you some exciting information about how Illinois Realtors is providing a stipend program to help get more of our members to the event. So Matt, my understanding is that MIPIM differs a little bit from a traditional real estate conference that many of our people may be familiar with, like the NAR conference, conferences that we have. How is MIPIM different?
It does have some commonalities, but the big difference is all the major action seems to be on the expo floor. And that's kind of the opposite of how people think of conferences, where they're there primarily for the conference content and the expo is sort of the add-on. And it's sort of the reverse at MIPIM. And by partnering with the National Association of Realtors, we end up giving our members a really nice launch pad to be able to make contacts and meet people, because we're part of a fairly large footprint that is the United States Pavilion, that's NAR plus Illinois and some other participating state and local associations.
So what type of people go to this event typically?
It's primarily going to be commercial and globally focused commercial practitioners, although we've had a few of our residential practitioners that absolutely swear by it and by the contacts that they make there.
Now, there's a lot to be said for going year after year, because there are people who have been going to this event for decades. I mean, it is one of the largest in the world.
Yeah, there's no question. The members that we have had that have been there more than 1 year consecutively, they really start out with a huge advantage, because the moment they walk in, they are picking up conversations where they left off, or they're able to jump straight into a more detailed discussion of a particular project or proposal or opportunity, because they already have established credibility with their intended audience from the time they've spent in previous years.
Now, it was interesting 2 years ago when I went over as part of the delegation, and you were there as well. One of the things I noticed that, unlike most expos where you're getting pens and squeeze balls and things like that, this is not that type of an event.
No, it's a different audience, because you've got, the heavy hitters for this event are pulling up to private boat slips in their yachts in Cannes Harbor. So you're talking about the heavy hitters are people with a tremendous amount of money. So I don't think that they are basing their decision on the number of squeeze balls that may await them at MIPIM, for example.
So if you're going to go, what are some things you ought to know about planning your trip? Because people think that Cannes must be a really big place. In reality, it's not that big a place. So if you're thinking now about going in March for MIPIM, what do you need to know?
Well, there's a few things. Obviously, you want to start planning your travel arrangements quickly, because remember, we're talking about this small French Riviera town that's going to have 20,000+ visitors pouring into it, and it doesn't have a major airport there in that town. So the closest major airport is Nice, and I think you and I both 1 year flew into Paris, took the high-speed train to Cannes, and then this year I flew into Nice and then did ground transportation from Nice. So you have a couple of different options, but they are not going to do themselves, and it's a very, very busy week. So start planning the logistics part of the trip early. The other thing that you can do that makes a really big difference in terms of advanced homework is get your profile filled out completely in advance. One of the things I've heard from other attendees is people came seeking them out because they were systematically looking at profiles and identifying before they ever landed in France that this person, based on their profile, where they were from, their area of the industry, was somebody that they wanted to connect with.
So Illinois Realtors is taking a different approach to this. We're trying to get more people involved. Talk to me about the initiative we have to try to get more of our members to Cannes, France for this.
So instead of sending a really big delegation of our leadership team, we're going to send a much smaller delegation of just a couple of us. And so CEO, president, and then one VIP delegation member. And by scaling back the costs of the delegation size considerably, and instead investing the money in these stipends, we're creating this opportunity for our rank and file members to be able to come over, take advantage of the presence, the physical footprint that we already have there, and the relationships that we organizationally have already built up over the years. So somebody has the ability to show up and know that they've already got a huge head start because of the foundation that's been laid by NAR and by the Illinois Realtors over these last few years.
It's important to note also for NAR, because NAR is a partner in this event, that you do get a break on the registration as well. So there are a lot of advantages to going over, and there's even more advantage when you're a member of Illinois Realtors and by extension NAR. You get all sorts of price breaks that come into play.
Yeah, if you were just let's just say a non-realtor commercial real estate licensee in Chicago wanting to just go over there, the difference would be vast. I mean, you're not going to get the discounted registration fee, which we get, which our members get because of the partnership with NAR. So we have the discounted membership. We also then have the footprint that is specific to the trade organization. So the Realtor Trade Organization, both at national and at the Illinois level, provides several, both structural and financial benefits for somebody who's one of our members that goes over there.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Matt. Matt DiFanis is the 2018 president for the Illinois Realtors, and Matt has joined us to tell us about the stipend program that Illinois Realtors is offering its members to attend MIPIM in Cannes, France in March. Now, if you're interested, please go to illinoisrealtors.org/global, and we'll have all the information there that you need to have in order to apply and take advantage of this exciting opportunity.